There, maybe now that'll work. Darn technical difficulties. Okay, I think now we have sound. So,
Bunny of the week!
Bunny of the week.
I'm glad they heard none of the stuff that you said.
They missed out on the good stuff, darn it.
Well, actually, Mommy said I was picking my bunny's nose, but I was picking a black fuzzy off. Like, it was by its nose, like the side of its nose.
Yeah, it's by the side of its nose.
See?
Yes,
And then I was just getting it off. Bunny!
What's your bunny's name again?
Checkers.
Checkers. I almost said Chester, so I was close, but Checkers. All right.
Yeah.
All right, good deal.
I don't know if you can see it.
Thank you, Sue Ellen. I'm glad you said that, because like I said, I mean, I went through the process. Matter of fact, we were just having issues with one camera starting, because I have 3 cameras running on this.
You can't see it, so I'm
Hey, what are you... Dude, I was speaking.
I'm gonna
No, you
write it.
can't interrupt like that.
Can I write it on the comments so they can
No, it's okay.
how it's
No,
spelled?
they know how to spell checkers.
Is there another way to spell checkers?
Not usually. Checkers is a pretty straightforward word. It sounds just like it is. It's spelled just that same way. All right, so let me get back to what I was saying. Yes, it is waving, isn't it? So anyway, what we were saying is that today is day 50. So these girls have been they've now done 50 classes. Do you know how much that would cost other people? A lot. And those of you guys who are watching, you guys get to watch it for free too. So it's a huge, huge deal. So what I was saying is yesterday we pretty much finished up Kiari's pendant. There's a little bit of cleanup that needs to happen on her piece. As she was painting some of this, we do have one where like the purple kind of bled up and onto the stone. So that's going to have to be removed. Plus, I think she may add another coat of paint into a couple of the areas, but we'll talk a little bit about that. So Kate yesterday, yes, of course.
Or mine?
No, matter of fact, if you want to go read a book, you could probably go read a book. Today is mostly a Kate day. We've had a couple of mostly Kiari days.
You guys want me to leave and read a book?
Yes. Now she's waiting for your comments. What's that? Yeah, so yeah, I will probably take a little bit of acetone just to wipe that right off of that stone and that setting as well.
I use a lot of acetone.
So,
You
okay. Do you want me to go and leave or stay?
I don't know, are you gonna stay on task and not be too disruptive?
I'll try.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well I'll tell you what, how about we let you stay for a little bit, and then if you are not disruptive, you can stay, but if you get disruptive, then I'll have you leave.
I'm just gonna look at the comments.
You're gonna look at the comments? Wow.
See.
All right, do what you would like to do, Kiari.
I don't know.
So indecisive. Matter of fact, it's kind of funny. We were just working on one of Kate's pieces and had a really good meltdown. So we're going to show you how we fix that. Go get that wire, by the way. So it's that 14 gauge.
And show them how it melted.
You're going to have, you remember, you have to make a new pedal.
Where is it?
It's over there where it belongs.
You should.
Amazing. I actually put some things away. Believe it or not. Hello, Glenda, and welcome. I know it happens occasionally. I mean, not all the time because the 18 gauge is sitting back there. Maybe. I don't know. So I'm going to show you. Okay. I'm going to say, you got to stop messing with the water, baby.
14 gauge?
Yes.
It's not here.
Well, where did you put it then?
Is it behind the binder?
No. Guess what?
Told you you didn't.
I didn't put that one away. I thought it was the 18 gauge. Sorry. I did get all the rest of it put away, just not that one. I guess I don't put things away. Here's some cutters for you. So remember, you're gonna need like a 2-inch piece. And then the pliers that you used to do this was this pair, I believe. And then did you also use,
I found solder.
I don't know where the other pair is.
I'm gonna put this.
Oh, I do too know where it went. So.
Look, it's right here.
Hey Tom, welcome. And yes, meltdowns do happen. Matter of fact, it kind of freaked Kate out when it happened. And I'll kind of show you. We were trying to do kind of a controlled melt. And I'll show you what I mean by that in just a sec. It's in the pickle right now.
Oh, no.
Controlled melt
Like
means
you made it melt on purpose?
on purpose.
Why?
Because yesterday, so Kate is still learning, and you both are still learning torch control. And you're still learning what metal looks like, especially silver, right before it melts. Okay, and there's a few telltale signs that show you that things are about to melt. Okay, and so that was what I was showing Kate, and it's one of those, like, if you're doing a controlled one where we were actually trying to reticulate the surface, and reticulate means that you take the surface of your metal to where you have melted it. You have melted that surface, but only the surface. Like, we didn't want to go all the way through, but it can happen that fast, and that's exactly what happened on our piece. So that's exactly what happened. So welcome, Bobby. It's good to see you. So anyway, so we now need to replace a piece on the daisy flower.
The silver bowl.
What's that?
And the silver bowl.
Did he just join?
Yeah, the silver bowl's right here.
Did he just join?
Did who join? Bobby?
Yeah.
Bobby's a lady. She took me to lunch when I was in Tucson.
It's pretty close.
Well, who just joined? Did somebody just join?
I don't know.
Oh no, it's pinched.
Hi, somebody.
Pinched.
I don't know. It pinched? Oh, did you cut it on the wrong side?
No, I
It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And see, look, you're cutting it right there where that little nick is. Yep, there you go. And I was going to say, it's not a big deal because it's going to be inside anyway.
You know, I'll go
So,
read a book.
you're going to go read a book for a little bit? Well, hang on. Before you go, let's tell them what we just talked about. Because today is day 50. Good. Nice. And we feel like 50 days is kind of a big thing, right? So, because it is day 50, what did we decide we're going to do?
The in between of this. Look how pretty.
That does look pretty. You're not listening. I guess it's a good thing you're going to go read your book. All right, so what did we decide we are going to do?
For what?
Okay, what did we decide we're going to do?
For her piece?
No.
Oh, make a new petal for her piece.
No. Well, we have to do that too. But that has nothing to do with the 50th day. We're going to do a giveaway.
Oh, for some reason I forgot about that.
Yeah. Short memory, dude.
She's a goldfish.
Are you a
I'm
goldfish?
Dory. Well, not that. I don't forget that.
I don't know. You might forget that a little bit.
I don't forget that.
Anyway, so
I like Dory.
we decided we are going to do a giveaway, and what we are going to do is we are going to give away
Kiari.
Yes. Actually, no, somebody totally offered to pay for Kiari.
Well,
I'm not giving her away. I don't know, but I'm totally selling you off. What do you think? So anyway, what we are going
What do you mean selling me off?
I'm going to sell you.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to sell you. Should I do that? Maybe they won't make you get up as early in the morning. Maybe they'll make you get up even earlier.
$50!
Wow, Bobby, thank you. That's amazing. Okay, so you guys have to come up with a dance now because she just gave it as a super chat. She didn't do it as a little emoticon. So what should you do?
What does she want us to do? She has to.
Oh, I know!
Okay, you do something.
Act like a unicorn.
Act like a unicorn. All right, we're unicorns. Kate,
Actually, no.
act like a unicorn.
Act like a heart.
Act like a heart. A heart?
I know.
I'm too tall. There.
Be a unicorn.
Okay, well, I can do unicorn.
I'm a unicorn heart.
Oh, Bobby, that's so awesome. Thank you. She said it is $1 a day for wonderful instructions. Well, thank you, Bobby. We really appreciate that support. So thank you. All right, so what we're going to do is for our giveaway, anybody who leaves a comment, and I think maybe we should leave it, anybody who leaves a super chat of any kind, I think they get a double entry. What do you think?
I think I get triple entry.
Okay,
What's
triple
that
entry. That means
mean?
that she's entered into our giveaway 3 times now. What do you think?
Or maybe she gets,
Yeah!
she gets like 5.
5, so 1 for every $10?
If they do
There you
that,
go.
do a super chat or a super sticker.
Either one.
Because if they do a super sticker, they give us money.
Well, yeah, but so does the super chat.
Yeah.
So that was very, very kind. So thank you, Bobby. All right, so I guess Kate says that for every $10 you get an extra entry. So Bobby, you've got 5 entries in there.
If you do like a super chat that has like $1, then you can get like 2 entries.
Okay, 2 entries for any kind of super chat.
And
How's
then
that?
if it's just one that has like 10, then you get an entry.
We'll figure it out. You've got lots of entries. How's that? So we'll figure it out. But anyway, so what we figured we would give away is it's frozen, honey. What we're going to do is we've got several different.
It's squishy enough to use this.
Yes, we have several different patterns of the rolling mill resources. Now, hang on. I will tell just a second.
Okay.
Let me talk.
Okay.
So, anyway, we have the different patterns. I will include, regardless, I will include some extra patterns for you. If you do not have a rolling mill,
Somebody put thanks for the unicorns in.
Yes, that was Bobby.
I'll let you talk.
Thank you. Good heavens. So anyway, I'm going to include a couple of rolled out patterns in copper, plus I will include a couple of the paper patterns so that you can do whatever you want to do. And we also figured we would put in a little kit with some tube settings and stones. So I will put in 2 of each of the 2mm, the 3mm, and the 4mm settings, all with clear CZs. So,
The CZs,
you know,
the little ones.
the CZ one, yeah, well, the CZs are the clear ones, like what you have.
Medium.
So, okay, so on your piece, you have the 2 and the 3mm. So I'm
Give
gonna,
them each type.
I will give them 2 of each, so they'll get
What
2
about big?
Yes, 4mm.
Okay.
So is that okay?
Yeah.
I think you need to go get your Robin Hood book and go
Kiari
read.
is a
Stop.
squirrel.
She is a squirrel today. Holy cow, that's enough. Please stop.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, you would think, like I had them go to gymnastics already for 3 hours today. You'd think she got some of her wiggles out, but no, not yet. So,
That was 3 hours.
so yeah.
It doesn't feel like 3 hours.
Oh, it wasn't long enough, that's for sure.
It only felt like 1 hour.
So yes, so what I want you guys to do, everybody who comments here on the live chat will have at least 1 entry. If you want another entry, then also come back after the video is posted later today and leave a comment on the actual video. And that helps, you know, because I know that we have a lot of people who are not able to catch it during the live. So for instance, during the live, we usually give, we'll usually have about 30 viewers
Bye-bye,
during the live.
everybody.
Are you done?
Hey, Kiari, you need to give your energy to Suzanne.
Sue Ellen. Sue Ellen, I would love some of that energy
I was
too.
reading that one.
Oh, did Suzanne want it too?
No, I was reading that one and it's under it. So it's like
Okay.
mixed it up.
All right.
Everybody have a
So
happy unicorn day.
that's enough, Kiari. Thank you.
Okay. So you just
All right.
give it to
We'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, go read your Robin Hood book. So they have to read Robin Hood over the summer. I have no idea. It's wherever you put it.
I remember.
Yep, you're the one responsible for that. Okay, go. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Have fun.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Anyway, so yes, so the giveaway is going to be 2 copper patterns already rolled out. I will throw in, I don't know, 5 to 10 of the papers, and then also the 2mm, 3mm, 4mm, 2 each of both the settings and the CZs. So it'll give you something that you guys can at least play with a little bit. Now it doesn't include the setters, sorry, the setting tools. Those are a little out of my price range, but I can afford to do the others anyway. So when,
Everyone's like, oh, it's so nice.
I know, it's kind of fun, huh? I like doing giveaways. As a matter of fact, we were sitting here kind of going, what should we give away? And Kate's like, let's go to the store and buy. I'm like, no, no, no. We have lots of great stuff here in the studio. We don't have to go to the store to get anything. We have lots of good stuff here. So we appreciate you guys being with us. And like I said, I figured we would do it where we could do the comment here because like I said, we have about 30 people that will watch the videos, but we have, 500 to 700 that will watch them as well. Ah, Suzanne, you're amazing. Okay, you have to do the amazing dance.
You have to do it too.
Okay, we'll do the amazing dance. Except I don't think that they can see us because the camera's down too low. Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo! That's That's a good one. Well, thank you so much, Suzanne. We appreciate that. So thank you very much. And yes, Bobby, it is a great excuse for the winner to buy the tools. So a matter of fact, a rolling mill. Yes, yes, yes. I have to talk to Pepe or Matthew Durston to see if they'll give me a rolling mill to give away, because I can't afford that one either. I'm saving up for another rolling mill in my studio. So, you know.
If she can't give away a rolling mill, you can come buy one of hers. I'm sure she'll give it. I'm sure you can buy one. She's got
Suzanne, I'm glad that you liked our dance. Hopefully it was worth the money. So, all right, guys, so thank you. And yeah, Louise, if you caught that little dance, then yes, you were right on time. Okay, so what we're going to do, a couple different things. So Kate yesterday got 2 of her flowers soldered up. One did not have a petal that soldered on, and we have gone back and we've done that portion. But when you are learning, what's that? I totally need another rolling mill. Come on.
That's why Tom's gonna come and get one of them.
But you know, the other one's an electric one, so I don't have that one. I mean, yes, I have an electric mill, but I don't have the other one.
Tom, just come buy one from her.
So, all right. So I know Gigglebox did miss it on the dance, darn it. Next time we get one of those, we'll just make her come back. So maybe what we'll do is we'll have her come back. Oh, check it out. Tom gave us one too. Oh, look, this was an easy one. Thank you, Tom. So all we have to do is fist bump. Bump, 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 bump. So thank you, Tom. All right. So I appreciate that. You guys, really, we do. Thank you so much for your support. It really helps us. And it's kind of nice to have a little bit of validation for what we're doing too. So thank you. Okay, so as I was saying, when Kate, well, actually not even when Kate was doing this, but this is something that is very common when you very first get started, is having torch control. And what does that mean? Well, torch control is making sure you don't overheat something or underheat it, because if you underheat, what happens?
It doesn't like flow, or it doesn't work.
Yeah, your solder doesn't flow or anything like that. Here, we'll scoot over a bit so that you can be in, since we don't have Miss Chatterbox. You need to stop hiding, dealing.
I gotta share it with the
So,
I can have it.
yesterday our issue was not underheating. What was our issue?
We overheated.
We overheated. Okay, do me a favor, switch to the camera that has, yep, that one right there. So what happened here, and I don't know if you guys can see this well on the camera or not, because it is probably a little bit difficult to see. Ah, check it out. Sue Ellen, thank you so much. Hang on, we'll do your dance in just a second.
Don't I go grab the other one?
You want to go grab the other piece? Sure, go grab the other piece and then we can at least show that. So we'll do a dance for Sue Ellen. Hang tight.
Well, no, let's forget.
Man, look what Andrew Barry started. So anyway, like I said, I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can zoom in on this just a little bit so you guys can see this a little bit better. That's okay. Go ahead and bring it over, because I think that we can at least show what happened on it. All right, so it looks like you can see this. There is what we call reticulation right here, and you guys kind of see like all that bumpy and stuff like that. So oh, sorry guys, I'm trying to check out the comments too. Nikki, that is so cool. She says, yay for giveaways. My 8-year-old and I love watching every day. He's ADHD and loves to watch Kiari. Yeah, you know, those two could probably be, I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? I don't know, but they could be buds. They can be fun buds. Okay, so a couple things here. We have some major reticulation that happened on this petal and on this petal. And you guys can see that hopefully. I mean, it's pretty.
Yeah, they can see it.
Yeah, it's pretty major or pretty significant on that. And then in an effort to show Kate like how this happens, we were trying to...
She was doing it and she melted.
I did. Yep, this is totally me. And so we decided, well, we'll reticulate these as well. However, you know, we still were not able to get this significant yet. And as we were doing it, and I was showing her that...
my petals.
Yes, that the metal was flowing. Yes, it did do a big old melty blob. So we have a couple options here, you know, is how do we go forward with this? And so on this one, she has decided that she wants to go ahead and keep this reticulated look. So we will try to get a little bit more and hopefully not melt our petals. And on this one, she decided that she wants these to be smooth. So do you know how you're gonna have to take care of this? What do you think? She's trying to back away because she knows what's coming. How do you take care of this? You know what? I will even take pity on you and I will not make you use a file to do it. Because I have lots of cool tools. And because, you know, this whole week, starting today, I was supposed to be at JCK and I was going to be demonstrating Fordham all week long, and that's what I was going to do. So we are actually going to use a lot of Fordham products, and there are several Fordham products that I have that will actually work with this and make it so that you don't have to file it.
Yay!
Okay? Okay, you have to do a dance. Number one dance. Look, it's like skipping. Okay, but do it nice and low. Oh, that's the problem. The camera's like down a little bit because it's facing right here for us. Yeah, we could always just change the camera angle, huh? On a different one. Oh, that one points right there. So they both do. They all do. Yeah, we'll do it again. But anyway, thank you, Sue Ellen. I'm glad that you could support us. So thank you so much. And hopefully that little dance was worth your money as well. If not, at least we know we have a day job doing jewelry. Right?
and now she gets extra entries in her in her the giveaway.
So Sue Ellen, you asked, could she use a sanding disc for the grating sound? And yes, matter of fact, a couple of the products that I'm going to, and I just saw it. Where did it go? I don't see it now.
Vanished.
But anyway, there's a couple of different things. Where did it go? It was like a little sanding drum.
It disappears whenever you need it.
It does, because it was just sitting here and I found it. So
I was gonna say you'll find it after the live video.
And we are on which way camera? Okay, we're on the right camera. So this is a sanding drum, and I love these things, and they come in all different grits. So we have that, plus we also have some silicone, and I even have some rubber abrasive wheels. Now the rubber is going to be a little bit more aggressive, so we may start off with the rubber and work our way into the silicone, but it's another option that you can use. It's going to take longer than a file because a file will definitely be much more aggressive, but it's an option that we can try to see where that sound of the file bothers you so much. See, I'm trying to take pity and make things nicer for you. So, yes, so what we are going to do, and Glenda, you said demo to us, and I am assuming that is about the reticulation, and absolutely that is our plan. We are going to demonstrate that, and I'm also going to show you how I would go about removing those two petals that just melted off, or well, the two parts of the petal.
Like what?
Yeah.
Another petal. You melted another one?
No, but it's now two instead of one.
Or it's a ripped petal?
It is a ripped petal. See, you totally could leave it. So, all right, Sue Ellen, you said the only thing that you don't like about the wheels is that if you're not careful, you can cause a ripple. Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I mean, there's nothing else to say about that. You have to really use some control when you're using any of those Fordham products. It doesn't have to be Fordham, obviously. Anything on your flex shaft that isn't abrasive like that. So whether you're using some of the metal drill bit type of things or the metal bits, like I've got a couple of cylinder burrs that are metal that I use a lot of times for inside my ring shanks and things like that. And those, you know, anytime you're working with those, the silicone, the rubber, anytime you're working with that, even on a polishing arbor, like the big ones, you have to make sure that you're moving your piece around and getting even coverage, because if that abrasive kind of makes a groove, it's going to continue to make that groove bigger and bigger and bigger. Does that make sense? So, all right, so let's do this. Let me back this camera out just a little bit here. Why don't you switch us to the camera on the pumice pan, please? Yeah. And let me show you how I would do this. So this is not done pickling yet, and that's totally fine because we're just gonna be trying to remove some of this anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flux our piece that we are going to be removing. You know what happened to our paintbrush? Kiari just moved things around. Little stinkhead. Yeah, no. Thanks for your help, bub. Just sit there. It's okay. I'll find it. You ding-a-ling. Okay. All right. So I'm only going to flux right here on this petal that I actually want to remove. Why would I only flux that one, Kate?
Because so that you know which one.
Well, kind of, but it follows along the line of our solder is only going to flow in clean areas, right? So if I let these oxidize, my solder's not going to flow as easily on those areas. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I want to clean this because I need this solder to flow. So I'm going to pull out our big torch. So we're going to pull out the big guy here. Let's see if you guys can see. Not really see it.
Red knob.
Yeah, the big red knob one. So we're going to turn this guy on. Get him going.
I think we should name all your torches. That way when you're asking us to...
You know what? I know. Well, and they have names. We just need to figure out what their names are. Like the white one, I now know is the Power Bolt.
No, we named
like Joe and Sam. Lily.
The white one?
The white one is Lily. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I am just going to, once this solder flows, I'm going to try to push this out. Okay, and we're melting, so there we go. Boop. So there's one, and there's two. Boop. All right, now while we are here, let's see if we can get these reticulated just a little bit more. And what I'm looking for is I want to see that bright silver flash.
And you want to be careful not to melt it.
Yes. Oh yeah, and it goes super fast. I mean, super, super fast. All right, but see how this is kind of bubbling up now?
Yep.
See how the texture is getting kind of thick and bumpy? And I don't know that that's coming across on the video.
You can't even see that.
Well, that's just not cool, darn it. And I just filled my lap with pumice. Is that better? Can you see it now? Okay. And so what I'm doing is I'm just, notice that I come in and out, in and out. You do see the texture? No? Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just kind of in and out, and my metal starts to get red. Okay, and that's when I can tell that I'm starting to get close to that point. All right. There we go. Now you see how it's starting to turn white?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're starting to see that bright silver, and that's what we need to be really careful. Right there, you see how it shines? That's when your surface is molten. We just don't want the whole piece to be molten, only the surface. And that's kind of why it's important to not stay in the same place. Yeah, I'm trying to get a little bit more texture on those. We might not get as good of texture as what we have on this one. I don't know, sometimes it's the luck of the draw. Like in this case, I mean, it was definitely an undesired effect, but you know, we liked it, so we were like, hey, let's make it some more. And anytime you try to replicate an accident, it's bound to not work. Okay. But yeah, so see how it goes white? And then you want to watch for that really silver flash, that bright silver flash. And that's when you know that you're at that level.
Which torch should we use?
Oh, there we go. That one's a good one. Check that out. Okay. See how that goes bright white like that? Now I have to be really careful because if the whole thing goes bright white, that's when we melt. Okay, so now I'm going to leave this. See how it's still staying bright white, but I'm concentrating over here? That's because a lot of my heat is still coming over here. And that's okay because I want to see, oh, look at that one. That one's good. See, this one will be a nice bumpy one too. It's still not as bumpy as these two are though. And maybe what we could do is bring these in and make them so they're not quite so bumpy and just smooth it out just a little bit. I don't know if that'll work or not, but maybe.
Maybe.
It's possible. I don't know. All right. I think we'll go with that for now because we still have to solder this piece back in, right? So, all right. So that's one of the ways that I go about doing that. All right. Why don't you switch it to our main camera, please? Okay. So if we look at this, we did actually get some good reticulation. That's the back side. The front side, a couple of them are bumpier, but they're still not as bumpy as the first two. Okay. And it's just something that, you know, when we go to solder on the next pedal, we can test that. So go ahead and go put that into the pickle. Okay?
Are you going to quench them?
Yeah, I'll quench them. And then I'll throw them into a different pile. Now, Kate, would I throw these pieces from the pedal that broke, would I put them into the same pile that we've been throwing all of our other silver cutoffs in? So you know how we've got this little cup here. So here on my bench, I just have a little condiment cup. And as I cut ends and pieces, we just throw them into this little cup. And then I'll eventually throw them into another pile. Do I want these pieces right here in this cup?
I don't see that any of those like pieces like those would be in there.
Okay, I would not put these in this cup. Why?
Because they aren't clean, you have to put them in the pickle first.
No, not even if I put them in the pickle. Come be on the camera, dude. Not even if I put them in the pickle would I put it in this jar. Why do you think?
It has solder on it.
Yes, exactly. This is not clean scrap. Okay, so clean scrap stays in a different container versus dirty scrap. This would be considered dirty scrap because it has solder on it. So I'm going to put that somewhere else because I don't have one of my dirty scrap bins over here. We'll just set it there for right now.
I'll get a little dirty scrap one on here as well.
Hey Maria, and welcome. Thank you, Bonnie. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So Kate, while we've got that pickling, because, let's move this out of the way, and I'm going to show you how to clean up some of the reticulation that is on our other piece that we do not want to have there. So let me move this out of here real quick. Whoops.
I think it's funny. Kiari's the one that likes to do this.
Actually, we'll set it on Kiari's chair since she's not here.
Kiari's the one that likes to do this. You put your sticker, little dances, and she leaves.
I know, darn it. We'll have to make her come back and do a dance for each of those. What do you think?
I think
okay, safety glasses for sure on this one. All right, you got glasses, you're good. Hair back, absolutely. What happened to our other clippy? Oh yeah, yours is already back, so give this back to me. All right, definitely hair back.
This needs to be prepped.
I do need to get prepped. All right, so what we need is we are going to be using my micromotor. Now, the micromotor that I have is the 1070.
10 something.
It's the brushless micromotor from Fordham. Okay.
It's a Fordham something.
This is the 1060. I was right the first time.
10 something.
Yes. 1060 is what this one is. So let's bring this camera up here a little bit. And we also need a bench pin because whenever you're doing this kind of work, you want to work on a bench pin. All right, so let's pull this over here for you so you can kind of sit here. Let's see.
They're there.
What's that?
They're there.
We're there. Yep, let's go ahead and do this. Go ahead and...
Wait.
Hey, thank you so much, Louise. All right, what dance do you have to do? Oh, this one's good. Mwah. 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 Thank you, Louise. Oh, I'm gonna have to tell Andrew he started something bad. Oh, is he doing like a little heart?
No.
What does he do? Oh, he does. Yeah, we're gonna have to make Kiari come back down and do all of these. All right, so this particular micromotor, I have a foot pedal or it can run by hand. So switch over to the camera right. Yep, that one right there. So let me show you guys really quickly what this micromotor looks like. Okay, micromotors are a little different than flex shafts in that this right here is your motor. All right, and I have tons of videos on this, so I'm not gonna go into it too deep. So what you do on this one is you just twist this, and then you can pull out whatever item you have or accessory, and you can switch it another one.
You always want to have something in there.
You always want to have something in here. Do you remember why?
Because otherwise it will collapse and you have to replace the whole thing.
Yes, you can collapse the collet or damage that, and you would have to send it in probably for some repair, and I don't ever want to be without mine. So all right. So what we're gonna, what's that?
Just don't leave it without an accessory in it.
Right. Now here's one other thing that we should be wearing when we do this is a mask. So we're gonna sound muffled here for just a second, sorry. I'll try to talk a little louder.
I don't know. I don't sound too muffled with mine on.
I sound muffled with mine.
Okay, I will repeat everything that you said.
Okay, so here, actually let me kind of describe what's going on here. So here we have our RPMs.
I'm not putting mine on yet then.
All right, I know that these particular sanding drums can go up to about 7,000 RPM.
Which is a lot.
Well, kind of, but see, look, this one goes up to 50,000. Now, very rarely do we have anything in jewelry that's going to go to 50,000.
Also, can't it ruin it?
No, not on this one. Not on this one. Not as much. A lot of wood carvers will use all the way up to 50,000 on some of their really fine carving bits.
Yeah.
But in jewelry, the majority of ours are only going to go up to maybe 15, 20,000. I think I don't even think there's anything that goes up to 30,000 in jewelry that's rated for that. So you want to pay attention to whatever your item is rated for. I usually stick between 5 and 7,000 RPM, and I kind of go from there. So what we're going to do is this one is
Andrew.
Yeah, this I know, silly Andrew. So here's so I want you to feel this. Can you feel that it's kind of gritty?
Can't. It keeps moving.
Bye. Have a good day. We'll see you tonight.
Anything.
I know, I know. Poor Kate. Okay, so I'm back to being muffled, sorry. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna bring this over here, and this is the thing I like about this, is that our cord.
Got a really long cord.
It's got a nice long cord, but it's also very flexible. Okay.
It's not gonna get in your way, but it's not gonna be like all stiff.
Right. So this is why I like to work here at this. Now I can hold this like a pencil, like this, and come in like this, or I can hold it like this and come in like this. Okay, but either way, you need to stabilize yourself. See how I'm putting my thumb here? And I'm stabilizing. Okay, and see how I'm able to kind of come around my piece like this. Okay, and you can work your way into that flower petal and see how now the reticulation is gone. But I didn't do it all over. See that? There's still some right here.
Yep.
Okay, so this is what I want you to try to do. And it'll take you a minute to get kind of the feel for it. So try pushing on the foot pedal. And if you push your foot pedal all the way down, it will stop at 7,000 RPM. That doesn't mean you have to go to 7,000 RPM. Okay, this is definitely not okay. I never showed you to hold it like that.
Just try to repeat how you did it.
Okay, so if you do it like this, then you're gonna stabilize with your finger or something like that. But like this, that's not okay. You have no control of anything. So right now, because you don't really know how to control much, I would hold it like this, okay? And do it here like this.
Okay.
All right?
So like this?
Yes. Okay, yep, try it. There you go. And you'll start to get a feel for it, and then start to kind of rub it along the silver. Okay, now here, you see how your hand is free floating here? Stabilize your hand here, and then use your fingers to move things. There you go. It's a little bit awkward at first. I'm gonna go grab a couple of other little bits that will fit into that flower petal to get inside of that. So you keep working on that. So it's really important that you stabilize both hands. And right now you have stabilized the hand piece on the bench pin. Try to get the hand piece off of your bench pin. Lift your handpiece off of the bench pin. No, your handpiece, there you go. And I want you to stabilize with your thumb on the bench pin. And I want you to work with moving your fingers, move your knuckles back and forth to raise and lower that piece. Okay. So hang on, let me grab a couple of these little bits over here that I think will help. Now, I'm going to bring over some rubber and some silicone pieces. Rubber is much more aggressive. It's a harder material, and all of these are going to be embedded with it's different abrasives, silicone, so it's got silicone carbide and things like that. So, and they come in all kinds of different shapes. As a matter of fact, that's a video that I am working on right now and hope to have out this week, is the next in our polishing series, to show how to use some of these. Okay, here's a couple that I think will work really well. Let's see, how's it going?
Good.
Okay, let's see. All right, so that's looking really good. It takes a little while, so don't be worried. So this is what I was saying by have your handpiece, like you were trying to do this here, right? And you were right up against the bench pin. Your tool shouldn't be against the bench pin. Your thumb or your hand needs to be against it. But see how much movement I have right here if I just use my fingers, but I still have a good grip on it, right?
Except this.
Yeah. But see, but look at the difference. Look at the difference. Like even if I'm here like this, I don't have much movement. But if I put my thumb here, now look at how much movement I have. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna come up with some exercises for you to start to learn how you can control this better. But see now, notice here, look how I'm resting up against my bench pin, right? Everything is stable. Like if I do this, there's nothing stable here, right? Okay, but if I come down here, then all of a sudden I can now come in and see all that? And I have quite a bit of movement here. See that? With both hands moving together, but yet they're both very stabilized, right? Okay, so you definitely have more control here by doing that. So here are a couple of other things. Now this is, like I said, these are black abrasive, and there is, I don't know if it's any grittier. And I've got a couple different shapes that I brought over. I actually have probably 8 shapes of just this one grit.
I would feel it and try and tell you.
I know. Okay.
It wouldn't do you much
so this one though, what I can do is I can come in here and I can get these little pieces. But again, notice how I do this here with my hand. See that? So I'm still stabilized right here, but now I'm able to get into this really tight spot and clean that all up. And see, sometimes I still, like on that one, I was too far away and I was trying to work at an angle that just didn't work. So now what I need to do is I need to change my angle. See that? It's not smoke, it's dust. This is why you need to have a mask on. I know, I don't have my mask on right this second. Okay, thank you. All right, you can hold my mask there, but don't cover my eyes. Thank you. Okay, but anyway, so you see, that's what you want to do. And like, see on this one, we've got a lot of reticulation on the inside of that. Now this one, this is a little guy. See that's, see how it's starting to get a groove worn into that? Okay, we don't want that. You can, and sometimes you do want it, because what it does is it allows you to create kind of a groove that you can then get into. But here's one that's a little bit larger. It'll help us because it gives us a little bit more surface area. But my goal here is to work around the whole piece. You see how I move things around so I can get where I need to be? Notice my hand came up off of my bench pin. And I don't think you guys can see that at home. But my hand came up, but my piece is now on the bench pin. See that? So you just want to keep things where it's supported. Okay, so if your hand is not supporting it like this, then your piece needs to be supported somehow. So whether you're here and maybe you come right here, but notice here I supported here. So my hand is never free floating. I always have some kind of a pivot point. Okay, so I want you to try a little bit more with this. There you go. Okay, so try a little bit more with that. And like I said, this one's a fairly abrasive one. This is the coarsest of the rubbers, the rubber ones. And then we also have, in silicone, I want to say that there's like 8 different, 6, 7, 8 different coarsenesses. Coarsenesses, is that a word? So, you know, but the levels of coarse. Okay. So again, what's happening here, Kate, is you were trying to control it here. Okay, let this go. I want you to move. Move like this. Do it. Do this.
Drop it.
There you go. You won't drop it. That's why you've got fingers here. You hold on to it there. Okay, so go ahead and try it. There you go. That's much better. See how much more range you have? You're not used to it. And so it's very awkward feeling right now. Okay, but the more you do it, the better you'll become at it, and you just need to strengthen that hand, and that you won't feel like you're dropping your piece. Okay. Work on the inside. Try doing the inside of one of those petals. Okay, nope. Again, now see how you're trying to come in this way on it? You can. You just have to try to work a couple different ways. Okay, that's one way. But again, you're still trying, like hold on to it, even with this finger, you're trying to stabilize in 2 different ways, and you're limiting how you can move. Just try to use your thumb. Nope, put that finger away. Try to use your thumb. There you go. Like I said, I know it's awkward right now, but you'll get it. Yep. And you can turn your flower around, right? Like you could turn your flower this way and go in that way, and you'll be able to get a different surface altogether. There you go. So you just need to practice. You'll need to practice a little bit more, but you're getting it. Like even just this whole time right here, you're starting to move more comfortably. Do you agree? Just
Not really.
It definitely takes some practice. Yeah. Maria says she's concentrating so hard for you. I know, isn't that hard? Like when you're watching somebody else work on something like that, then it is like you start and like you get closer and you're like, you could do it, you could do it. So yeah, so you don't have to finish this part right now. Like we can actually get the next piece soldered on, and then you can come back when you're doing the final polishing stuff and finish cleaning that up. But for the most part, like this petal right here still has a little bit on the outside, the inside. The outside, there's a little bit right here, but other than that, it looks totally good. So I think you're doing great. Nice. And like I said, it is awkward, but I'm gonna make you do it a lot more so that you get used to it, because it's something that you have to do. You can either do this or you can do the file. So nope. You take your pick. So, you know, the things we do for jewelry, right? All right. So the next thing that we need to do, let's pull our soldering station back in here. So yesterday, Kate did her bezels and we got the bezels soldered into place. Now, as we soldered the larger bezel into place, we should have used like a will hold or something like that, because as the solder flowed, it shifted ever so slightly. So one side has a little bit more of an outer edge than the other side. And that can be addressed with Kate's favorite files.
Nope.
Now, Kate, here's another thing that needs to be addressed. Come back here. Here's another thing that needs to be addressed is your bezel. Okay, let me come back to this camera and let me zoom in just a little bit. Right there. So, I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera or not, but look, here's her bezel, and we have what I would call a solder blowout. Okay, and
llama.
It looks like a llama?
Looks like a llama.
Okay, I guess I could see a llama there. But anyway, so we definitely have a bit of a solder blowout. Now you can use, here's the thing that's cool. So this is a silicone polishing wheel.
What do we name the llama?
I don't know. Not your mama? So I don't know. So anyway.
Little llama.
Little llama?
Little llama.
Okay. So coming back to this, and go ahead and put your mask back on because I'm going to have you use the silicone. Now this one happens to be a finer one of our silicones, but it works still great, especially for this. Now if you want to, tell you what, why don't you start with this coarse, this is the coarse rubber, but why don't we start with that? Okay, and let me show you what we do. Let me get my glasses back on here and stuff. All right, so what we want to do, I'm going to place my bezel here. See how I've supported it right there?
Yep.
It's not going to move. I'm going to take my pinky. This is how I'm holding it, not like this, like a pencil, right? And I'm going to put my pinky here. You want to try holding it? Try hold it like that.
Hold a pencil like that.
Well, that's not how you should hold a pencil. That's okay.
Okay.
This is okay, and if you were to put, yes, just like this, and then see what you're able to do now is you're able to come in here like that. You see that? Mm-hmm. Now, with this point here, I'm actually going to change it out. So this is a bullet, and I'm going to change this out for a cylinder. Do you know why? Why would I make that change? From the bullet to the cylinder, why would I choose that?
Because we don't want the point?
Yeah, we don't need this point. Okay, so what I would do, get this back into position like this. Okay, and I'm going to come in here. And I'm just going to rub over it.
Bye, little llama.
Okay, I want you to keep doing that. Yep, the llama is disappearing. Okay, so you see how I'm holding that, right? Go ahead and hold the silver piece. Let's see. There you go. Hold your silver piece. Okay. Okay, yeah, so however you're gonna hold it. Good. Okay, now bring it down because you're gonna control with your fingers. Show me how you're gonna do this before you push the pedal. Show me how you're going to do this. Yes, I think that that will work. Okay, so go ahead and push your pedal.
My llama looks like a wolf head.
It looks like a wolf head? Well, it's about to go away completely. Okay, and you wanna keep it flat. Go ahead, push your pedal. A little bit more on your pedal. Okay, a little bit more on the pedal. A little faster. There you go. Okay, yep, and then you just rub it out. Good. Okay, now stop, because I want to show you something. Do you see how it's only shiny back here in the back, but not in the front? You don't see that? You don't see that the front is still kind of that kind of a powder look? See that? So what's happening is you're tilting up. You need to bring it down a little bit. And that's where, see how my hand sits down? Can you see this? Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's where you need to come in kind of like that. All right? So Sue Ellen, yes, you're right. It totally takes some getting used to. Now, the other thing too that you could do is just tilt your piece back just a little bit. There you go. Now you see how you can get a different, there. Now do you see it? Don't be afraid to push that pedal down. I have the control, so it's not gonna go above 7,000 RPM. And Felix, you said that you like how quick the change on the hand pieces. I love these quick change hand pieces. Okay, now be careful because we don't want to create a ridge. All right, so there you go. Yeah, keep smoothing that. That's looking really good. And don't be afraid to come past it because we need to blend everything. So you want to come past it a little bit on both sides. Okay, I would tilt your piece just a little bit, otherwise you're going to get that. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, now see, stop. Stop, to see how right here, see how it's still kind of that powdery look? That means that you're not getting that. So you can either change the way that you tilt your piece here, or you can change your hand piece tilt. Go ahead and push that pedal. Here, look, I'm gonna put this down to, okay, let go of the pedal for a sec. Okay, now, I've taken it down to 4,000 RPM. Go full force, just go all the way down. There you go. Now see, you're still kind of up a bit. There you go. See how much more effective that is when you go faster? Okay, and that's the thing I like about this particular motor. No, don't stay right there. You're creating a divot. Yep, blend it all in. Good. Not too fast on this movement. Okay. Yeah, that's looking really good, Kate. All right, let me try. Let me show you kind of what we're looking for on this. All right, so we have a really, really good start on this, and I don't know if that shows up on the camera or not, but she has the majority of that solder worn away at this point. I'm just gonna come in, and I'm actually gonna go a little faster. So she was kind of being timid. I'm gonna take this back up to 7,000 RPM. These do work a little bit better when they're a little faster. Okay, so I'm at 7,000 RPM on this. And it just is nice because it just smooths everything out. All right. Okay, so then let's go to one that's a little bit more fine. So in this case, we're gonna run, and I'm only picking this one. I have these shapes in the silicone as well, but I'm not gonna go hunting for them right now. And this one is here, it's convenient, so we'll use it. This is not a knife edge, it is a flat one, but it's only about 1 millimeter thick. So it's fairly thin. And I'm gonna do the same type of thing, and I'm just gonna work right here over this edge. You see how I keep coming off? And that's totally okay too. And I like this one too because then I can also work on the top of it.
Sounds like a duck.
It did sound like a duck, didn't it? Okay, and I can always change the angle that I'm using it. And you have to be careful. I mean, this stuff does kind of heat up, but you see how that's, look at this. And you can tell that this is a finer one. Look at the polish that it just put on our piece, right? I mean, look at that compared. See that? So this one is definitely kind of a finer one. And that was a pretty big jump to go from coarse to fine, but now we've cleaned up that solder seam a lot, right? There's still a little bit more work that needs to be done right there, but we're on our way. Okay, so I'll have you do that probably when we're not on camera a little bit later, all right? All right, so you wanna switch our camera back to the main one, please? So, Louise said that she's also holding her breath. And then Felix, you said, for what it's worth, I use a Kennedy top box made for machinists to house the attachments and make them easy to find. You know what? So we actually bought. Sorry, we have a Glowforge. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what a Glowforge is, but it is a laser cutter. And so it's kind of like, they call it a 3D laser printer is what they call that. And you're able to basically cut things out. And so I'm working on learning the software so that I can design the things. And the reason that I really wanted that is I need some tool organization things, and they just don't exist. And I have in my head what needs to be done and what I'm going to do, and that is actually my task for today and tomorrow to get that, because I mean, do you guys remember that box that I showed you last week, I think? And it had like 5 levels of all of these different boxes of all of these different accessories. So I need to lay them all out so that you guys can see easily what I'm working with. Plus, it is also going to be very helpful for me as I go through the polishing process, because then I would be able to create holes or holders for things that are used for tripoli and for white diamond and for blue platinum or platinum blue or platinum white or red rouge or Zam or Fabuluster or whatever other compound. And it's a way that you can keep your things separate but still be identifiable. And I actually have another cool trick that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, not today, but later as well, in ways that you can also have some organization in there. And Bobby, you know what? Everybody needs small containers for small accessories. And not only do you need containers, they need to be organized. They need to be able to reach in and grab what you need, and they need to be small and organized so it doesn't take up your entire bench top. That's what I need. And that was part of the way that I got my husband talked into helping me buy the thing, because they are not inexpensive at all, but they're really, really cool as long as you can figure out the software to do all of what you need to do for it. So, all right, what we are going to do now is, let me pull the soldering station back over here. So Kate has 2 bezels that are already done. So this is the one that is for our cherry blossom, and this is the one that's for our daisy. The daisy is currently sitting in the pickle pot, and we still have to solder on a new petal for that. So that one is something that we are going to deal with a little bit later, and probably not even today because we are already at an hour. But this one, I think she can definitely get soldered into place. You agree? So what I want you to do, Kate, is I want you to take the back of this piece and I want you to take the green scrubby. Where did our green scrubby go? I want you to take the, yeah. So I want, what?
Bobby will buy them.
Are you gonna buy them from me, Bobby? Woohoo, I'll make them good. And you know me, they're gonna be pretty too, because pretty tools in a pretty studio. All right, I want you to take this and I want you to oh good grief, I can't even talk. Get a clean surface. All right, here, let's show these guys what you're doing while I get the soldering station set up. Okay, so yeah, just go in one direction so that you've got some good, it just cleans off that surface for us a little bit better. Okay, watch out, please.
Something to hold it.
Well, maybe then what we need to do is create on our little glow forge, we'll create some holders too. How's that?
Need a little bite.
Yeah, well, okay. So here's how I would do this. Let me show you, because this is not how I would do it, because that's not effective. So what you do is you hold it. Let's get it on the camera. Where's Droop? There we go. There's the camera. So I hold it like this, and then I do one portion, right? And then I flip it over, and I do the other portion. See that? And we don't need much. We just want to make sure we have kind of a clean surface there, right? Okay, so this one, just to verify, goes on here. Is that correct? Actually, now, did you want to remove some of this?
Yes.
Okay.
To get rid of that.
All right, if we need to get rid of that, we need to pull this guy back over here. Let's put this guy back here. And I will take pity on you, but I need you to move. And I will file this for you.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, that's a checkering file. What happened to all my files, babe? All right, here's a file. So what we would do on this one, like I said, we have a little bit of our edge on part of it. Ooh, that was it's Kate's favorite sound. That one's like really, there we go. See, I kind of like the sound of filing. Not when it skitters like that. I don't like that part. Now you could have done this with sandpapers. It just would have taken a nice long time. So notice here, and I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you guys can see this. Wrong way. So the way that I hold my file, I'm holding it like this. Notice that my finger is here. I start at the tip of my file and I follow it all the way through. Okay, now that is important to get like those really nice smooth curves. There, now it's not so bad, Kate. We got the majority of that. Okay. Make sure this is all even around here now. Kate's over there plugging her ears. Do earplugs work for you, Kate, when you use that? Ooh, that was nasty sound. You ran over a rock. Okay, Kate, we're done. All right, so I'm just gonna touch up this back with our green scrubby here. All right, and we're gonna come over to this camera. So, all right, Juliet, what type of files would I recommend for a newbie? Good question. I would highly suggest that everybody has, oh no, don't listen to Kate, because she's gonna say no files at all, and you absolutely need some files.
I recommend no files.
Well, don't listen to Kate.
All of them are terrible.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. She will soon, but she doesn't right now. So I would recommend that you have a flat file in Kate, in Kate. Cut to, I was reading comments. I would recommend a flat file in Kate. No, okay, so a flat file in a cut number 2 or a half round, and then that same thing in a cut 4. So half round and half round. You guys are all so funny. They're all freaking out about the sound of that file.
See, files are evil.
I know.
The files are evil.
All right. So yeah, so what, half round or a flat file. I like the half round because then you also have that rounded side. All right, Kate, you need to come in here and you need to flux all of this. Okay, come on.
Rocks all over the floor?
Yes, there were some that, all right, fine, I guess I'll flux your piece for you since you're looking at rocks. All right, so we are going to flux this. And we can do one of 2 things. Okay, obviously you need to flux your bezel back as well, so get that fluxed up. Okay. Yes, and the way that I'm thinking we should do the solder, because you can do one of 2 things. You can either place the solder here on the back of the bezel and start to flow that. But I'm thinking what might actually be really good to do is to actually put solder, like, so if we flip this over, okay, and this one we're definitely going to want to use our will hold so that once we get it into position, it stays there, okay? So if we lift this up now, you can kind of see where that flower touched. See that? Mm-hmm. Okay, that tells me that we are touching like right here where they're joining. So I think we should place our solder here at these joins. It will sit up a little bit and then we'll put this on top of it. All right, and then we can do our soldering. I think that's probably how that would work best. Louise, you're right. Looking at rocks is not at all bad, except unless it's pumice on the floor. It's not interesting at all. So, okay. So what we're going to do, and yes, you guys, I know that solder or that filing was not the best sound in the world in here. It's not usually so chattery. But I was in a hurry, so we just kind of worked right through it. Okay, so Kate, get your solder. Here you go. Get your solder. Actually, let's heat this up a little bit. Let's dry up our flux just a little.
When you do that, I will try and get some solder.
Okay.
Jeez, it's boiling.
What's that?
Jeez,
yeah.
It's boiling.
Yep, it is. Okay, that's more than plenty. Because really, you're only going to need, just like one little piece. You stole my tweezers.
They were over here, so I decided to use them.
I guess. Tweezer stealer. There you go. Yep, that's how I would grab that.
Here?
Yes. Yep, just right there where they join.
No.
That's okay, I'll get it for you.
Sorry.
Yeah, so just right here where it joins, just like that. Good. And then hopefully we'll have time to get that other Felix, if you're trying to post a link, if you go back to when the video is posted, you should be able to post it. Although I can't imagine why it wouldn't let you post the link in the chat. That's weird. YouTube can be so fickle. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. All right.
Can you get that one from the angle I'm at?
Well, sometimes that's why we have a rotating pan, right? You can just change the angle that things are at. Okay, so next thing you need to do, get this into position. Get that in where you want it. Here. Boop. Better. Sound effects and all. Okay, so maybe you need to stand up and look at it straight on to make sure that it is where you want it to be.
Maybe to move that one piece of solder.
Yeah, I think that would be a very wise idea. So as she was looking at this, she could see that there was a piece of solder sticking out beyond that bezel back plate. There you go. Okay.
That's good.
All right, so now what we want to do is we're going to use our will hold, and I'm just making it a little bit shorter here.
Yes, just some smoothie.
Is it soft enough yet? Okay.
Maybe not.
I think it's still frozen. That's why it's still sitting there. Okay, so now, see how we use the wheel hold to kind of hold this into place? Good.
Yeah.
So now you are ready, and we're gonna use, here, switch us to the main camera, please. The main one, yep.
There we go.
There you go. All right, so we're going to use our big guy here, just because there's quite a bit here to do. Now, the thing that you're gonna have to be careful of is two things. Don't melt my wheel hold base.
How would I do that?
Because if your flame is going here, it's gonna come right here to the base, right?
Is the base plastic?
So, yeah, the base is a resin. Okay, so you might want to come this direction. Now, when you are torching something, torch never goes 90 degrees. Should always be 45.
Knock out your flame.
That is right. Good job. See, she listened. So yes, if you go 90 degrees on your torch, your flame is going to bounce back up and you can easily knock your flame back out. So 45 degrees is really where it should be. Plus, that's more natural to your body. This is not natural, but that's a lot more natural. So
This isn't natural?
yeah, I know. It's kind of, you know, I walk around like this all day long. Right? Okay, you right? Here we go. So, oh, you guys found like a $20 thing. I want to see what, you guys need to send me this link for whatever it is that you guys are talking about on there. So it looks like they're looking at different tool storage drawers. Well, okay, and tool storage drawers are great and all. I have tons of tool storage drawers, but I don't have anything to organize my little bits and bobs. And that's what I'm going to be creating. All right, swap places with me. Let's change cameras here. You ready? Where's your pick?
Where'd it go?
I do not know.
Right here. You stole it.
No, where's your, oh, okay, yeah, I see my pick there. All right, so let's get this here. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. So like I said, be careful about getting the flame over this direction. All right, yep, so come in this way. If you need to stand up, you can stand up too, however you wanna do it. No, you're at a really awkward angle, so change your angle. Okay, nope, put your torch back in your left hand.
I need to do it in this hand.
No.
I can't do it like that.
You have control in your right. There you go. No, you're okay. So then let's change this. There, is that better? Okay, but you're keeping it at the same, come on, move your body. It is totally fine to move your body. All right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come in a little bit. Okay, now, because we don't have flux on everything, you're gonna have to watch the flux cues in the areas that we do have it, right? So come off to the side, we can rotate this around. Sorry if I take this off of the screen a little bit, but we want to really move this around so that we don't have our heat in just one place. Get your pick up here, hun, in case it needs it. All right, so I'm actually starting to see some solder flow on our bezel, which tells me that we're hot enough. So go ahead and take this off, turn it off. Now, I do not know if our solder actually flowed underneath or not. We won't know until we get this quenched and maybe even pickled. Because sometimes our flux will hold things into place. This looks so stinking cute, Kate. Okay, like I said, I cannot tell until we actually get this pickled, although I can see we did have some solder flow right here. There's a solder flow there. I can't tell about that one. And it looks like, okay, so here, swap me places. Will you switch us back over to the main camera? Okay. Oh, look, we're all zoomed in. Let's zoom that back out. I know. So we have all these cameras and two of them sit right next to each other. So if I zoom one in, it zooms the other one in. So this is actually looking really, really good. Let me see if I can put it on this camera here. Okay, switch us to this one so I can show them kind of what we're looking at. So everything is looking really good. So we have both layers. Everything is centered beautifully. So you did a great job on that part, Kate. This is the back of our piece. This is the front of our piece. Okay, and we're gonna be setting the stone here. Kate and I had talked about, and I actually went out and bought some resin, but I don't know that we're gonna be able to do resin in this piece because we talked about filling this in, but where it's open down here, I think we would have a really hard time because I think the resin would run in an undesirable fashion.
So the other one will be open like that too.
I know. Yeah, I'm not thinking we can fill either one of them with resin. So we'll have to come up with a different solution on doing some of that. And I have some ideas for maybe a different piece and a different way to construct it. But on this one, I don't know that it's going to work. So let's get this into the pickle. And why don't you bring the other one over and we'll get the other petal soldered back into place. Okay, hurry fast. All right, so there's a lot of different things that go into work on this. And again, when you're soldering something like that, those solder joints are all hidden, which was the purpose of having both the top and the bottom. So one, we didn't see all the solder, and two, you didn't see that mess of wires where they all kind of joined together, because that was not, you know, we didn't work and concentrate on creating pretty joins under there because we knew we were going to back it with something else. So why spend the time and effort? Maybe that's not the best philosophy, but nobody's gonna see it and you're gonna cover it anyway. So, you know. Glenda, you said that you just posted it on your Facebook page with a tag for me. Perfect. So I'll look for that on Facebook then. I want to see what you guys are all talking about while I'm teaching class. Way to pay attention, guys.
Yeah.
All right, that's pickled beautifully. I know. Come on. Come on, class. All right.
Get off.
So, Kate, we were not able to accomplish our task or goal of getting everything reticulated to the same level as the two of those. And I'm afraid to push it because we tried to push it and we saw what happened, right? So what I would suggest that we do is to maybe take these two and file them down a little bit and make them less crinkly. How's that? All right, but first thing, what do we need to do? Bless you. That's our first thing. Get the sneezes out of the way. All right, so what do we need to do first?
Way to go.
It's right there. Okay, so she needs to solder in her petal. So let's switch back down to this camera. I want you get to do this whole thing right here. So you're on your own right here. Nope, get in there and do it up. And they said bless you. All right, so there's your paintbrush. Oh yeah, I would flux everything up first. And you don't have to worry about fluxing the whole flower, just flux like right there where we were. Go ahead and go into the middle a little bit. Yeah, that's good. And then flux up both ends of your petal that you're going to be doing. Oh, you're just gonna dip it in? Okay. You're so quiet. So yeah, so she's dipping both, even though you guys cannot see this, she just dipped. That's a lot of flux. It's okay, just put it on your piece, let's go. Okay, but now you're really, I would definitely dry that. So reposition it so that it's centered a little bit better. See how it sits up to this one side a lot? There you go. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so now take your torch, whichever torch you want, and dry that flux a little bit.
I like this one.
All right, let's move our wheel hold out of the way. Okay, get that. Yeah, so you just need it to dry up just so it's not bubbling anymore. I think that looks great.
Did I dry too much?
What's that?
Did I dry too much?
No, you did not dry it too much. All right, put your torch down. You still have some solder on your board. So get your solder into place. I would place solder like right here at the joins and maybe right next to the petal on the board.
So right here?
Yes. Okay. Yep, and then here it fell. Hang on, that's not your solder. Oh, you got a little piece there too. All right, there's a little piece right there. We'll just leave it right there just like that. Perfect. And that one, yes. And then bump it up against
which side?
The wire over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and solder that.
You want to put this little piece of?
It doesn't matter to me. If you'd like, you can.
Little baby solder.
If you can get it off your tweezers. Okay.
Fell to the wrong side.
That's okay. All right, so go ahead and let's solder that.
This torch.
It doesn't matter which torch. You pick. All right, so she's picking the torch that she has named Lily because it's white. Go ahead.
The white lily.
White lily. There you go. All right, so go ahead and we want to, let's get this flame bigger. There we go. It was set onto a small flame. We want a little bigger flame on this. Yep, go ahead and come in and around. Oh, see, my YouTube channel is good for creating new friendships. Hey, by the way, you guys, you know what? I need 12 more subscribers and we will hit 28,000 subscribers. So I'm still a small fry in terms of YouTube, but I'm pretty excited about 28,000. Okay. Yep, go ahead and keep coming. Oh, don't ever hold your torch there. So your solder's flowing. I want you to, yes, I want you to, okay. There you go. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, stop. You're done. Go ahead and get the torch out of there. Okay.
But I was going like that.
I see. But your torch held for ever so brief. Sorry. I'll tell you what, go ahead and get your torch going again and let's reticulate this petal right here. I know, 28,000 is kind of exciting. Like I said, I mean, I can't wait until I get bigger and better. I mean, the sad thing is that, you know, I've been doing it almost as long as Andrew has, and he's got like 70,000 subscribers.
All the Andrew subscribers should come over here.
I agree. I agree. Okay, now be very careful. It's going, yes, there you go. Okay, keep going. But yes, just like you were doing. Go ahead and pull it off and then come back in. I mean, in worst case scenario, if we melt it, what do? We make a new one, right? Come in just a little bit longer. We want to see that, see how it's starting to flash silver there? We need to see that all over this. There we go. There's our lovely silver. You're doing it great. Okay, that's looking really good, Kate. Wow, this one does not want to reticulate, does it? I mean, we're getting it there. You're getting that surface flow and everything. There's a little bit happening. Try to get over here a little bit too. Let's move this a little bit. Nice. This is looking really good, Kate. There you go. There you go. So again, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to reticulate the surface of this. In reticulation, the way that this happens is you've got silver and copper both in our piece. Oh, that's gonna look good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think go for that for now. So, oh, Jenny, he has 77,777. That's awesome. See, one of these days I'm gonna get, one of these days I'll be awesome. I'll be cool like Andrew.
Guys, we should go find other people and tell them to subscribe.
Yeah, one of these days I'll be cool. Like, I'd love to hit that 100,000 mark. Did you know that YouTube, when you hit 100,000, you actually get, they send you like this cool plaque? I want one of those. And we could put it like right there.
And then when you get, what is it? Another, I don't remember what the next number is then. So you get your golden play button, your diamond play button.
I don't know that I'll ever hit that. I don't have like the viral content. But, you know, I would be happy with 100,000 subscribers. Actually, you know what? Out of my 28,000 subscribers, I would be happy if like 1,000 people regularly watched my videos.
You know what? You need to help me start my YouTube channel, and maybe we'll get all of my subscribers to come here and subscribe.
Ah, there you go. All right.
And then you'll get there.
I know. Andrew should totally give me more shout. Actually, he did. Andrew's pretty good. If I pop on his live ones, he does. He'll do shout outs for me. He's pretty good about that sometimes. And Glenda says, I'm awesome already. Thank you. And so is Kate. So thank you. All right. So
awesome.
What we need to do next, Kate, is let's get that into the pickle. Our bezel is all ready to go, but our piece is dirty enough that it's not going to be able to flow on this one. And we'll take care of that tomorrow. So let's get this back into the pickle. And I think maybe what we'll try to do as well is we will also try to reticulate those petals just a little bit more.
Can we color water?
Let's see. What's that? Oh, there you go. Yeah, it gets the bubble in it.
Color water.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is actually looking pretty good. And this one did not reticulate as well as the others, and that's okay. So matter of fact, reticulation, go ahead and go put that back. So I was telling you guys, what happens with the reticulation, you've got copper and you've got silver in your piece. Well, your copper and your silver cool at different rates. And so what happens is that you start to get that silver surface molten, and then it dries faster, it cools faster than the copper underneath it, and so it crinkles. And when we are doing reticulating, and as we get Kate's piece a little bit more to where we're getting closer to being finished, we're gonna hit that pedal a couple of times. Because what you do when you're reticulating is you heat up your piece until you start to see kind of that surface begin to kind of go molten and it starts to move around. You pickle it, and then you come back and you do it again. And I usually do that if I'm trying to really reticulate a piece of sterling silver. I go through that process 7 times. Okay, so I'll heat it up, pickle it, heat it up, pickle it, heat it up, pickle it. And by that last one, then I'm really able to move that silver around and really get that crinkly effect. So as we go through this, and each time we go through this succession of stuff, what's happening is we pickle off those copper oxides and we're left with the fine silver layer. And it's the silver that cools faster than that copper. So each time you pickle it, you remove some of that copper and you're left with the silver. So you heat that up again and you do that process back and forth a little bit. Janet, my shows don't have the buffering problems that his show does. That's interesting. That's good to know, because I pay out my nose. I guess I should go to the other end of my body. I was gonna say out my butt, but I don't. Out my nose now through our internet connection. But let me tell you what though, oh man, loading my videos to YouTube now is a freaking dream. Before, it used to take forever to load the videos. Like on my end, it still takes a long time to do the editing, the rendering, the converting, and then the uploading. So at least the uploading now just goes bloop, and it's up there. I love that. So, and Glenda, you said you can't deal with TV, especially since, you know what, I can't watch TV right now. Yeah, and it's so wonderful to have a refreshing and a helpful, fun way to spend your afternoon. And I'm so glad. I'm glad that you guys spend it with us. And Maria, it is nighttime for you, so thank you for coming and visiting with us while you do this as well. So sweet dreams. As Kiari would say, have a happy unicorn dream. So, all right. So what we're going to do tomorrow is we should actually be able to finish up your flowers. I think we may actually have Kate solder the bezel portion onto this flower and make sure the reticulation and everything like that looks the way that she wants. And then tomorrow we will have her get the stone set. So yeah, so Jane, I'm sorry, but you know what, give it just a little bit and it'll be out there on YouTube and you can watch the replay. You even get to see us dance, Jane. Kate and I did several dances. Kiari only got to do one. But, here, you know, so you guys be aware, you're gonna knock that shake off. So remember guys, because today is our 50th episode, we are doing a giveaway. We're going to include, and you know what, I'll probably even throw some more goodies in there. We'll make it a good prize. It'll be kind of fun. So, it will have the textured copper plates, and it will also have some extra texture patterns for you if you've got a rolling mill and you want to do that yourself. It will have the 2, 3, 4 millimeter settings and the CZs for those. What's that? Well, did we not do Tom's? Okay.
No, we did Tom's.
Oh, we did Tom's?
We do 85.
What's that?
No, we do $85 worth of dances.
Oh, we gotta do 80. Well, you gotta go get Kiari for $85 worth of dances. So yeah, you should go grab Kiari. Make her come down because she's got to do her dances. I can't pause. This is live video. Pause it, Mom. Okay, they all have to wait. But anyway, so we are going to do the giveaway and we'll make it really good. Those of you guys who supported us, thank you. With the super chats, we'll give you some extra entries into that as well. And who knows, maybe maybe once we get going into it, because I love doing giveaways. They're so much fun. I'll probably end up drawing a couple of names. Like even last time we said we were going to do one and we ended up doing 2 or 3. So we'll do some extra giveaways as well. And then like I said, I'll probably throw a few extra little goodies in there. And maybe the girls will make you something really cool as well. So, you know. All right, so let's see. We have... Sue Ellen, you said you used to wait for your favorite TV show. Aw, thank you. I'm so glad that now you wait for hours. I appreciate that. You know, it's been a lot of fun, and like I said, it has been such a good experience for me to have the girls here in the studio. Hey, Kiari, come here. You got to do a whole bunch of dances. Kate and I already did our dances, so now it's your turn to do the dances.
She was sleeping.
Oh, were you sleeping? Sleeping? What? You were supposed to be reading. Did Robin Hood put you to sleep?
No, I read for 20 minutes.
Did you read for 20 minutes? Here, Kate, you got to do your dances. Kate, show her what dances she has to do. So we got a couple of them. Look at all of these.
So you see that one.
All right. Yep. So is he? Oh, look, he's all boop, boop, boop. And then you got to do the hat part.
Whoa.
All right. Oh, and this is the fist bump. Come here. This is the fist bump. So did Tom give us a couple? Okay, fist bumps. Oh, then I think we missed a couple of Toms. All right. And then you got to do the jump up and down this is for Sue Ellen's.
See if you go do that.
I did.
She did.
You do
Yep.
time stuff.
All right.
And you do that.
And then Louise gave us, oh, this is the one that's like this. Yep. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
And then you do that one again.
Yep, and Tom gave us another one. Yes, mwah, mwah. See, we missed that one. We didn't get Tom.
It's like a ton of
Mwah,
entries
mwah.
now.
There you go. So, all right.
I'm going to go back.
All right, you guys. So you guys have, why do you want me to say that? I'm not going to say that if you don't tell me why you want me to say that, Frank. Anyway, oh, come here, Kiari. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Okay.
You know, only here, it's in that chair.
Yeah, it is on that chair. Okay, so here, Kiara, you get to do this one. So thank you, Janet. All right, so here, wait, ready? Oh, Andrew has created some monsters. This is going to be fun, huh? So, well, because remember on Saturday when Andrew had to do all the dances and stuff like that? So, yeah. All right, there you go. All right, you guys, you have a wonderful evening. We will put together some fun stuff for the giveaway. So remember, oh, come here, Kiari. You got another one. Oh, this is an easy one. See, that one's easy because we were already doing that. So thank you, Diane. Oh, look at this. Oh, how do we do that one? Oh, Louise gave us another one. Holy cow. Well, hopefully it doesn't crash.
It's the Naruto run.
It's a what?
It's the Naruto run.
Naruto?
It's Naruto.
Woo!
Are you ready for Naruto?
Yeah, we like, whee! Aw, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys supporting us. That's kind of fun. So, yeah.
Why?
We're not going to do it if he's not going to tell us why. So anyway, so thank you guys so much. And yes, we will give you guys extra entries. We told you we would. So for the different super stickers, we appreciate that a lot. So thank you. All right. So we will see you guys then tomorrow. What time, Kiari?
1:45. Mountain.
I agree with
Yes.
Felix. Frank, what does that mean?
I know, Frank, that's why I'm not going to say it unless you tell me why you're asking me to say it. And I think you're just being kind of a spammer. So we're not going to do that. You know, because that's how we are. All right. So thank you guys again for your support. We really appreciate that a lot. And we are going to sign off. We will see you guys tomorrow. What time?
1:45 Mountain Time. Yay.
Yes. And we'll finish up these flowers. We'll see you guys then.
Unicorn Day.
Bye.